Humans have long assumed that we are the only ones who live and breathe in this ever-expanding cosmos. And why should we? After all, we've never been contacted by another form of life, nor have we ever seen an alien vessel saunter into our solar system to make a survey of our civilization. That is, until now. In 2018, an unknown interstellar object came in contact with our solar system. An extra-terrestrial object like nothing we have seen before. It revealed itself to be long and narrow, cigar-shaped, and mysteriously, it kept rolling end over end. A closer examination revealed that it was speeding up, as if something or someone was continuously accelerating it. What's more shocking is scientists still don't have an answer to it, because by the time we noticed it, it was already gone. Was it really a visitor from unexplored galaxies? Did they really send a high-tech meteor ship to observe us from afar? Stay tuned to the end of this video if you want to know what scientists across the world have discovered till now. But before we tell you about this breathtaking discovery, don't forget to hit like on this video and subscribe to our channel. Press that bell icon to get instantly notified about new videos being uploaded on our channel regularly. After spending centuries to determine whether we are the sole sentient civilization as far as the universe can stretch, scientists and astronomers have sent out probes, radio signals, and even songs out into the vast space to see if anyone or anything responds to our call. Simultaneously, they've long been on the lookout for anything originating outside of our solar system, whether it was another life form or a distant radio transmission from an alien spaceship light years away in another galaxy. And in 2018, these prayers were somewhat answered. At first, it was revealed as a tiny bright speck on the telescope of Haleakala Observatory in Hawaii. Surprised by the presence of a cosmic anomaly, the observer wasted no time in alerting their community about this shocking discovery. It was no ordinary comet or asteroid. It was the first interstellar visitor to be discovered, coming from a far-off, unknown solar system. When it was discovered, it had already zipped by our own sun, completed a neat hairpin turn, and started racing off in the other direction. The question lingering on everyone's mind was unanimous. What was it? This cosmic anomaly was dubbed Oumuamua, Hawaiian for a message from afar arriving first. Astronomer Robert Warwick at the University of Hawaii was sure from the speed of the object that he was observing something previously unknown to physics. After all, he was the one who observed it first. It is assumed to have come from the direction of Vega, an extraterrestrial star 147 trillion miles away, speeding through space at 57,000 miles per hour. And by the time we were aware of its presence, it was too far gone. After all, it was effective in igniting the scientific community throughout the world with theories, conjectures, and guesses. Was it a comet with a strange orbit? Given the lack of a noticeable tail, wasn't it an asteroid? Or perhaps it was a massive block of hydrogen. If not, maybe a colossal cosmic dust bunny. Or was it something entirely different? A visitor from another galaxy, and the first occurrence of a whole new kind of entity. Some wanted to know what type of intergalactic intruder it was, and what its abrupt appearance indicated, while others went a step further and categorized it as an extraterrestrial mothership disguised as a meteor. And once again, there were more questions than experts could answer. Was its appearance truly an indication that we are not alone? What prompted it to show up? And can we expect more arrivals of the other kind anytime soon? Let's dig deeper. Oumuamua, what we know so far. On October 19, 2017, the Pan-STARRS-1 telescope at the University of Hawaii spotted Oumuamua, the first known interstellar object to reach our solar system. Although it was first classified as a comet, investigations showed no evidence of cometary activity, as it flew by the sun at 196,000 miles per hour on September 9, 2017. Then, it was classified as an asteroid, but subsequent scans indicated that it was accelerating as it moved away from the sun, indicating that it behaves more like a comet. Sounds confusing, right? Scientists were even more baffled when they saw that it traveled like a comet but lacked the physical coma, or the tail of a comet. Therefore, the scientists couldn't classify it as either an asteroid or a comet. Now, pay attention to understand why. It follows a hyperbolic trajectory rather than the typical elliptical orbit of an object born in our solar system. Compared to asteroids we find in the solar system, Oumuamua isn't particularly large. It's the same size as the Rose Bowl. However, it has a unique shape, more resembling a cigar than a fairly spherical rock. Few asteroids have such a slim profile. In fact, none that we are aware of. Another thing that researchers found to be shocking enough to not classify it as a comet was the pressing force that seemingly accelerated it. If it was a comet, that same force should have developed a comet-like tail. And interestingly enough, it should have affected its unique spin. To put it simply, if Oumuamua was a comet, that simple acceleration would have created a torque which would have blown it into a million pieces. Oumuamua's brightness fluctuations were likewise highly erratic. It might imply that the item does not revolve around a single axis. Instead, it is tumbling not just end over end, but around a second axis at a different period. It was also revealed to be reddish in color, similar to objects in the outer solar system, and entirely inert, with no sign of dust surrounding it. While its elongated shape is unique and unlike anything seen in our solar system, it might provide fresh insights into how other solar systems formed. Astronomers think that an interstellar object similar to Oumuamua passes through the inner solar system once a year, but since they are faint and difficult to detect, they have gone completely undiscovered until now. Survey telescopes, such as Pan-STARRS 1, have just recently grown powerful enough to have a possibility of detecting such objects. According to NASA, this one-of-a-kind space object had been wandering through the Milky Way for hundreds of millions of years, unattached to any star system until colliding with ours by chance. Scientists from all across the globe unanimously agreed that it was a fascinating discovery. A mysterious visitor from a distant star system who looked nothing like anything we'd ever seen in our solar system arrived and departed, leaving a trail of questions in its wake. Where did it come from? Taking into account the trajectory of Oumuamua's entrance into our solar system, astronomers have discovered just a handful of stars from which it may have originated. From initial calculations, it looks like it came from the direction of the bright star Vega in the constellation Lyra. Shockingly enough, Vega was nowhere near that position when Oumuamua was there around 300,000 years ago, which shows that it took really long for the interstellar object to make the journey, even at a speed of about 59,000 miles per hour. Astronomers think Oumuamua was expelled from a solar system with at least one massive gas giant planet like Jupiter in order for it to be flung across the cosmos. It was most likely formed as a piece of its parent body was ripped away by a potentially tidal force produced by its host star. Working with this information, the researchers discovered 4 stars that might have given birth to Oumuamua: the red dwarf HIP 3757, the sun-like star HD 292249, and 2 additional stars that have yet to be named. Another unexpected revelation was that this celestial body might have been in our solar system for a century or more, but it was only recently that it became visible to us as it traveled closer to the sun. However, as it got closer to the sun, its speed increased as well. And before scientists could get a close look at it and wrap their wits around it, it was gone. It is now invisible to telescopes and cannot be monitored by astronomers. But just after Oumuamua departed our solar system, we were met by yet another interstellar object. People in the astronomical community were again excited with this discovery and started posing their own theories to justify this back-to-back entry of unknown objects in our solar system. Everyone wanted to know whether this was connected and had a deeper meaning than what it seems on the surface. But their expectations were vastly let down with further research on this second rogue object. On August 30th, 2019, Gennady Borisov, an engineer and amateur astronomer, observed a moving object against the pre-dawn sky from his own observatory in Nochny, Crimea, using a telescope he built himself. He could tell it was odd right away since it was moving in the opposite direction of the comets that fill the main asteroid belt that spans the solar system. It was called 21 Borisov, after its discoverer, and is considered to be a rogue comet, meaning it isn't connected to a star. Disappointingly, not every suspicious object turned out to be as mysterious or interesting as Oumuamua. Oumuamua, lone inert celestial body or alien meteor ship? However, the emergence of both of these invaders in the solar system seemed to herald the start of something new. The concept of a highly sophisticated society sending spy spacecraft to check in on mankind no longer sounded like a fool. There were several causes behind this. First, as we have already covered, they couldn't classify Oumuamua as an asteroid or a comet, which put the scientists on the spot. Second, they'd never seen anything like that before. In the midst of the confusion, the hypothesis that Oumuamua was produced by an intelligent extraterrestrial civilization became more plausible. For one thing, scientists at the SETI Institute were intrigued enough to point a telescope at it and listen for any radio signals that it could be generating. Scientists have spent at least 60 hours searching for broadcasts over a wide variety of frequencies. Another SETI effort, Breakthrough Listen, will soon dedicate 10 hours to examining Oumuamua using a massive antenna in West Virginia. These attempts are most likely to yield little more than radio silence, but because surprises are the stuff of science, it's never a good idea to rule them out. Who knows? Perhaps, just possibly, Oumuamua is the result of someone else throwing stones like us into the vast space, probably millions of light years away, perhaps coming from a faraway civilization that is probably turned into dust and rubble by the time it reached us. What do you think of Oumuamua visiting our solar system? Do you think that aliens would actually create a stealth ship that tumbles around the universe to keep check on other civilizations? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to techrumor for more interesting discoveries across the universe.